think about me? All those years ago, you're standing face to face with told you so. You know I hate to say it, but I told you so. Hi everyone, and welcome back, or welcome to my page. My name is Emily, but you can call me Em, and today we are doing another story time, and it is about my living situations in Toronto. Have I had good luck? No, I haven't. Am I grateful to have a roof over my head? Yes. But when there have been numerous floods, mice, bees, air conditioning problems, I'm not cool with that. So I first moved to Toronto in September of 2022, and I moved into this house with these two other girls. Now, one of the girls is actually still my roommate now in the apartment that we rent today. So when I first moved here, I lived in this big, beautiful, like historical home, and it was a semi, but like not a semi, because like there was multiple units within this one big house. Fully furnished, which was a really good part, and this was because it was actually an Airbnb. We were not renting like through a landlord, we were doing it through Airbnb, and we talked to the host beforehand and they were fine with that. So this house was beautiful, but it was hundreds, if not like thousands years old. And it was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it was an old house. Now the first problem I had, so my room, I got to choose second, and I chose this room with a balcony because I love being outside, and I just wanted the balcony. I like the view, so that was the room that I chose. Now I moved in September, so it was still summertime, and after the first couple weeks, bees, more specifically actually wasps, were getting into my room. Now I had no idea how they were getting into my room, if they were coming through the walls, what was happening, but it turns out they built a nest like under my balcony door, and they were just chilling, and then they just come into my room. I probably killed at least like 50 bees. Now I told the owners, and they got some like raid and did some stuff, but they weren't gonna call like an exterminator or anything. It was kind of just something that I had to deal with. Then, one lovely day in October, I'm sitting in the living room. And out of the corner of my eye, I see something scurrying. I look over, it's a mouse. I was like, no, there's no way. And it was a big mouse. A week or two goes past. One of my other roommates sees a mouse, freaks out. So we contacted the owners and told them. They came and looked and put some like traps out, but it didn't really do anything. But I would see a mouse a lot, and it was just like really unnerving, to say the least, because like they weren't paying rent, so like why were they there? You know? Things really came to a head in December because it was cold outside, so they were in our house more. We were seeing them more and more frequently. I remember one night, it was actually just after I saw Scream 6. I went to the movie theater and I brought my own candy, and I left my candy on my dresser, and on my dresser I had a Kinder Egg that I was saving for the next day. I'm in bed sleeping, and I'm hearing the sound of like tinfoil. I don't have anything, but I'm like hearing like, I'm like, what is that noise? So I turn my light on. There's a mouse on the top of my dresser eating my Kinder Egg. Yeah, I was so upset. It was horrible. It was horrible. So I get up and I'm like, there's a mouse! And it like jumped off my dresser and then jumped onto something else I had, and then like ran out of the room. I don't know where it went. We were finding mouse poop everywhere, and actually one night a mouse ran across the foot of my roommate, and then one time we opened underneath the sink and it was full of mouse poop. Full of mouse poop, absolutely disgusting. And again, you know, we go to the Airbnb owners and we're like, the mice situation is getting worse. I can't even describe to you like the psychological warfare of that time with mice. And they're city mice, so you know they're disgusting. So we messaged them, called them, blah, 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 and they went, hey guys, so sorry, but we're not gonna do anything. Sir, what do you mean you're not gonna do anything? The reason they told us no was because we were actually gonna be the last tenants staying in this building, and then they were selling it. Actually, that's a lie. They sold it already. We were gonna be the last tenants living there, and then they were demolishing it. They didn't really care to an extent too much about what was happening, and they didn't want to put money into the house to like get rid of the mice, because in 6 months the house wasn't even gonna exist anymore and wouldn't be theirs. So they're like, sorry. Also, they would not reduce our rent, which is crazy. So they're like, we're not gonna do anything, but if you want to move out early, you can, and we won't charge you for it. So me and my roommate that I have now, we decided that we wanted to live with each other again. So we're like, okay, let's start looking at properties. And we find an apartment, we get it, great. We said we're moving out the weekend of March 18th, I think it was. And everyone's like, okay. There was some drama with that. Again, another story time, another time. Everything's good, we're getting ready to pack, we're booking like moving trucks, whatever. And then our realtor calls us. And at this point, we should just be like, actually, we don't want to move to this building. I feel like it was like the first red flag, the first clue, but we didn't listen because we were desperate to get away from the mice. But she calls us and says, hey guys, I'm so sorry, but you actually can't move in on the 18th because there was a flood with the apartment above you, and it seeped down into the apartment that you were going to move in, and they need to replace the floors, the drywall. You actually can't even go in there right now. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? At this point, we had told the Airbnb people we are moving out on April 1st. So we told her, we're like, well, when's it gonna be done? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, we were like, okay, but we told them we'd be out by April 1st, so like we have to move in there by April 1st. She said, okay, we'll figure it out. We move in here and there still needs to be work done. There was like a giant hole in my wall for something. I don't know, they came and fixed it eventually. Then we're like, we're all settled and it's nice. No. End of April, May. There's a heat wave. There is the worst heat wave ever. The building's like, we're gonna turn on the AC on Friday, May 12th. Now, why do I remember that? Because it was 2 days after my birthday, and it was my grandfather's birthday, and I remember that day so specifically because a bunch of traumatizing things happened to me. Anyways, so we're dying because we don't have AC, but we're like, okay, the AC is gonna be on, it's gonna be great, blah, 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 blah. Does the AC come on that Friday? No. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Monday, we're like, where's our AC? The building's like, LOL, guys. The AC only works for half the building, and the other half just doesn't have AC. We're trying to fix it. Sorry. We literally went another 2 weeks, I think, without air conditioning. Now, it was so hot outside in our apartment. It was 85 degrees inside. You know, in Celsius, that's like 30 degrees, which is illegal and unlivable. I literally had to stay in a hotel. I was losing my mind. I couldn't focus at work. I was crying. It was not good. I literally stayed in a hotel, took a day extra early off of work, and then went home for the weekend because I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind. And then they turned the AC back on. Oh, that was Horrible. Hopefully that doesn't happen again next year, we say naively. The summer's good. Fall's good. Is winter good? No. Now, I just want to preface by saying on the Tuesday we put up the Christmas tree. It was amazing. We decorated. It was so Christmassy. It was so cute. It was our own little Christmas apartment. And then that Friday, December 8th, my roommate and I, we want to go to the movies. The day before, we're like, let's go see Saltburn. Now the day of the Friday, we're like, I don't really know if I want to go. I don't really feel like going. But we already bought the tickets. They were non-refundable. So we went. And we got traumatized by Saltburn. But did we know that when we got home, we were going to be even more traumatized? We come into our apartment. We're laughing, giggling. The floor's wet. Why is the floor wet? We go and look. There's black water coming up out of our sink, going on our countertops, and flooding everything. I'll insert a video of it right here because it makes it sound like I'm being so dramatic and I'm literally not. Okay, we just walked into our apartment and there's water. Our sink is overflowing somehow, but we turned the sink off. I don't know what this stuff is. Oh, the sink is black and full of water. I don't know what this is. It's leaking everywhere. I don't know where this is coming from. I'll get the door. So that's what happened. We had to call the front desk people. Again, another story. They were not helpful. I swear to God, once I move out of this place, I am going to name it and warn people not to live here because it's honestly the worst ever. But we ended up calling our landlord, and obviously she's upset because the place was just flooded 6 months ago, 7-8 months ago. And now it's happening again, but it wasn't our fault. The water was coming up the sink. And we got back from the movies at like 10 p.m. So this was happening at like 10:30. We couldn't stay here. We packed our bags. We went to a hotel, paid $400 for one night. We got there at like 12:30 in the morning. So the people at my building vacuumed up the water or whatever, put fans, whatever. We go back. The next morning we come back and talk to our landlord in the building, whatever. Like, yeah, you can't stay here. But the good thing about my building is they have these guest suites, which are like little hotel rooms that you can book. So thankfully they reserved them for us. They canceled everyone else's reservations and kept them for us. So my roommate got one room, I got another room. They come, they dry the area, whatever. I'll show you these photos and videos. The aftermath was horrible. They had to cut the drywall because the water was seeping up it. I won't even like, watch a movie. No. This is my room. Closet. And then all of that. And over here too, it's the exact same. Keep in mind, this is like 2 weeks before Christmas. So we're not in a Christmas mood. We're pissed. We're upset. It's horrible. Then they tell us we can come back in here after it's been all dry. We stay for like a couple of days because then it's Christmas break. But the gag is they haven't fixed the drywall. So the only room with privacy was the bathroom. Then they came and fixed the drywall, but it was gonna take a couple of days. We had to stay back in the guest suites. Actually crazy. Insane, actually. And again, this was actually so traumatic. I don't even know if it was more traumatic than the mice, but it was absolutely horrible. Now, I will say though about my situation, when my roommate and I moved here and we saw something at the corner of our eye, we would flinch because we thought it was a mouse. That's how much it traumatized us. And then we're here and our apartment floods. Like, it floods. It wasn't a little water, it was a lot. It literally ruined the Christmas season for me. I was full of so much anxiety. I was crying. Oh, I forgot the best part of this story. I forgot the best part. My laptop was charging on the ground and the water destroyed it. So I didn't have a laptop for about a month. And let me tell you, that was living in the trenches. Now, we were able to move back in December 30th. December 31st. So we got to spend New Year's in this apartment. I stayed home. I didn't go home for New Year's because I was too stressed out about everything that was going on here. I needed to clean, I needed to organize. Did I stay up? No, I went to bed. I wanted to end 2023 knocked out cold because it was such a horrible year. Just in general, but like the ending with the flood was like the cherry on top. It really was. And then, wait, yes, there's more. There's more. Our washing machine starts leaking, flooding the area again. Not as bad though, because we caught it, because we were home. They came and fixed it. It was okay. But that's not all. Then we hit April and May again. It's getting hot. We're scared. Oh my God, is the AC gonna work? Is it gonna be broken again like last year? Are we gonna die of heat? They turn the AC on. It doesn't work. So our AC wasn't working. Called our landlord. She had to book someone to come in and fix it. Again, it got like 85 degrees in our apartment, and we were dog sitting at the time, and it was making the dogs sick, which is just messed up. Absolutely horrible. But then the guy came in and fixed it in like 30 minutes. I never want to go through that again. I'm hoping I don't live here next April and I don't have to endure that again. That's not all. You thought I was done the video. You thought I was done the video. That is not all. The cherry on top of all this is that our microwave stopped working properly. And for the amount of rent that I pay to live here, I should not be dealing with these problems, yet here we are. But that is the end of this video. I hope that none of you guys have experienced this and you know your rights as a tenant, because now we do. And it was just so super frustrating. So know your rights. You do have power. And I don't know, life's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I feel like it's one thing after the other, is it done? No, again. Like actually kind of comical in a sense. Well, that's all for today's video. For my pain, can you like this video and subscribe to my channel, please? But that is all for the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!